Economy and Maritime Affairs. This was a very new ministry. The three topics have been there before: mining, fisheries, blue economy, but in terms of having it as a ministry, that was the first time. So I did provide leadership in carrying out key reforms to ensure that that ministry can achieve the mandate and also can make a contribution in the economy of our country. And the first reform that we carried out was the reform around licensing. Before the reforms, licensing was very haphazard, and therefore what has happened now is that we have now an organized licensing system where investors apply through the online cadastre, and then we have structures that review and recommend licensing. And even as I left office, the process of licensing is up to date, and it is now working according to procedure. As a result of that, the moratorium was lifted in October last year, and licenses over 1,200 are now getting processed without any challenges. The second thing that is key for reforms is the testing and sampling. Investors had a lot of challenges, on testing their products, and therefore I led reforms that have now devolved 8 labs across the country. So now we have decentralization, and investors can easily now do their testing across the country. There's one more that is still under reform, the Madini House, which I also had committed to the committee at that time, and it is also in good progress. I also provided leadership in instituting reforms on value addition, and as we speak, we have quite a number of investors across the country that are doing value addition, because exporting of raw minerals denies the country a lot of revenue and jobs. If you go to the Western region, for example, we have an investor in gold refinery, 5.8 billion. In Elgeyo Marakwet, you have Flospa. We have an investor, 4.8 billion. In Vihiga, we have an investor, 2.5 billion. And we had also mapped other areas of the country. Right now, there's an investor who is ready to do 11 billion of iron ore in Taita Taveta. That will also benefit Tharaka in an area called Kithiori and part of Kitui. So that bringing on board of investors is part of my achievement in the ministry. And we also organized the artisanal mining individuals into cooperative societies. Now we have about 300 cooperative societies that are ready for licensing across the country. I provided leadership in gazetting 29 artisanal mining committees that will be giving permits on the ground so that people do not have to travel away from where they are. We took the issue of illegal mining very seriously and safety, and proposed measures to have a mining police unit that is responsible for some of the issues. So I take note of the issues you have raised about the insecurity in some of the mines. So the mining police unit has been very critical in making sure that they work with the county security teams to ensure that some of these issues are being addressed on the ground. In terms of mine restoration, each of the applicant for a mining license, they have to attach an environmental restoration plan, which they do as they report, and they also do as they exit. And we have compliance teams to ensure that this can be observed. The other thing is that mining was understaffed, and we have quite a number of staff now who have come on the ground, and things are moving on. On blue economy, many people, many Kenyans had not understood the blue economy and fishery sector, and we instituted reforms also to ensure that we can inspire the economy of the country through blue economy. As a result, we provided a mapping in the Indian Ocean and Lake Victoria so that we can allow for lower level value addition units and infrastructure that are going to help fishermen and other stakeholders